right? Oh, man.
Yeah, baby.
That was unbelievable, Johnny.
Did they say the wind chill might be 30 bullets? It feels like
cares?
72 and sunny. I swear to God, I walked down here in my tank top, my biker shorts. You know?
I see we have Brittany coming on. It's like, we don't care about the weather. We're in the playoffs. So
we don't care about no stinking weather.
Man.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. Yesterday. I tell you.
One of the most enjoyable Green Bay Packer games. I'm 107 years old, and that's one of the most enjoyable Green Bay Packer games I've ever witnessed in my life.
Yeah. We went in with low expectations, which I think is, underdogs, obviously, but we did nothing wrong. I mean, every play was great.
Yeah.
Almost every play, but it just was
unbelievable.
Just all
every answer. We had an answer for everything they did.
And after listening, did you watch the pregame?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody picked the Cowboys.
Everybody. They didn't even ask them why.
No.
They're just like, we all picked the Cowboys. Let's move on. Yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
Right.
You know what was funny after the game? And everybody had their little piece to say, except Jimmy Johnson. Didn't say a word.
Boy, but he went off during
at
halftime.
Wow.
Yeah. The big inspirational.
Boy, talk about being, middle ground as an announcer or whatever.
Oh, I thought.
I can understand him, like, because of his past, right? But he was like, he kind of lost
veins were popping out of his neck.
Right. Yeah. Then Terry Bradshaw, who I'm not a big fan of his, just didn't say anything,
Yeah,
he just was, I'm personal friends with Mike McCarthy.
So I don't want to say anything bad about, how about saying the Packers kicked their ass?
Yeah, right. Because that's what happened.
Can I say that, Todd?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
good.
They did.
How about that?
They did.
We came into your town.
Right.
We went to your refrigerator. We ate your food.
Right.
We kicked your dog.
Drank your beer.
Made out with your wife.
Right.
What about it? Here we are.
They did. Oh, and they just didn't let up.
Yes.
It was great.
Absolutely phenomenal.
And it was, obviously you and I and Todd were very happy, but do you realize the happiness just around, we have some friends in Paraguay and they're texting saying this is unbelievable. And of course my kids, we were texting with them and just everybody took a lot of, but not even satisfaction, just a lot of pride or joy in that
But
game.
I'm so happy for Jordan Love. I will say this. Did you see that cool thing Fox put together before the game? With Jordan Love shoveling snow and things like that?
No.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Oh, it was really cool. It was really, they went to like Bay Family Restaurant and all these different places. And Jordan Love was wearing the big old, with the ear flap hat and everything. How cool of a guy do we have there?
Right.
I wouldn't trade him. Literally, I wouldn't trade him. I mean, obviously, you got the Mahomes and whatever, but as far as just being a good guy and no drama and no Hollywood and no glitz and no paparazzi and no whatever, and just calm and level-headed and a great teammate, how great of a young man do we have as the leader of the Green Bay football Packers?
Right. I mean, and he is, he's more like us. He's not this.
Yes, that's what I mean. No.
He is more like, he's like your kid.
He's the most down-to-earth guy. His tough growing up situation. His father committed suicide and, grew up with a single mom and the whole thing and just level-headed, good. We had him at a high school game, not this past year, but the year before up in the box with us. And he was just, normally you get guys and they do these charity things or whatever you want to call it. It was the Packers against cancer game.
Oh, yeah.
And he came up the box with Teddy and I. And a lot of times with those guys, they're cool, they're cordial, of course. But there's a part of them like, all right, I'm here for doing my. He was not like that at all. He was enjoying the game, watching the game, commenting on the game. He was awesome. Yeah. I couldn't be happier for that young man.
Yeah, and what is he? How old is he?
24, 25? He's amazing. What we've got there is, what you have to think the Bears. God bless them. What is it, 35 years or something? Since they've
17.
And they have to say, come on.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You had Favre, you got Rodgers, now you got this guy?
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was.
What a day. What a game. I will admit, I do feel bad for what's going to happen to Mike McCarthy. I think it's like 90% chance he's going to get the axe.
Yeah.
I really do. I hate to say it, but you have to think it's about just look at Jerry Jones up there. And after that ball game, I mean, Jones, did you see his interview? He was half dead. He was like, I don't know when I've ever seen a game that was more distressing or something. It's like he was like, Jerry, buddy.
But even Strahan said, where else do you see that? He's such a he's made that
it's
thing
not
into
just
theater.
football. That's
no,
right.
he's made that into
it's Showtime. It's a Broadway production. Yes, I agree. And you're right.
And he has that big press conference.
It's like it's not all about football.
Does the owner of any other team hold a press conference after every game? And that was great. I tell you what, and I think I told you
which drives the coach is crazy.
But he sits in his box, right on the 50-yard line, and just when he spun his chair around,
he's looking for answers. Right? What's going on here? What the hell's going on here?
I would have just looked back at him and said, "What? Now you're asking?
Yeah. Now what? What? You put this team together. You signed every player.
You've made every decision.
You put all your money into all these guys,
and now you spin your little chair around and look at me like, what should I? What? Come on! I would have made decisions.
Like, what's wrong with you guys? Yeah.
That was like
that was wonderful.
Funny.
That was just a warm feeling all over.
Right.
Yeah. And it's got a thing here. What a surprise. Probably McCarthy's last game as a coach. I think it's going to be. I'd be shocked if it's not.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, you want to make a wager on that one, my friend?
As a coach ever?
As Dallas Cowboys
that he's
coach?
gone from Dallas.
Yeah.
No doubt. No. I even think,
but teams might be looking at him now where it's like
he can't win the game. But
can't get it over the hump.
And I'm thinking, I mean, they didn't lose; they got slaughtered. I mean, they
in every phase.
But then, did you see the interviews? I just read those this
morning.
morning.
The only thing, the one negative, and I texted you when Carlson missed that field or that extra point.
Yeah,
and I was even thinking down this when all of a sudden Dallas kept scoring.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, if they get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, it's a tie game. And that extra point that was missed would be the difference.
Yeah. But when they missed their extra point, I'm like, okay, we're even.
Yeah. Well, theirs was a lot further. Theirs was like 43 yards. Theirs was like incredible. That was bizarre. Details. I've never seen a penalty like that.
Yeah. I just, what did you, I know you watched the game. Do you turn on Wayne Larrabee or do you watch?
No, I watch the regular. It's too far off. It's
5
I don't
seconds,
like that. Yeah.
4 or 5 seconds. Yeah. Okay.
And I've tried, but it's just that's more annoying than anything.
Okay. But you announce a lot of games. What did you think of those announcers?
Okay. Nothing special. It used to be for a big game like that, you'd have, say, love him or hate him, you'd have Pat Summerall and John Madden.
I know.
And you just felt like it was an event because you had the A-team there, man. Yeah. These guys normally would be doing like Jacksonville Jaguars against Tampa Bay. Yeah. It had that. It didn't have that big game feel to it with those announcers.
They rattled my wife a little bit when they kept talking how this could be a game. They could come back.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That just showed how.
Yeah, I know.
How
well, they wanted to make it a game. They didn't want everybody to leave.
They should have said, "Look, you're seeing history here. They are going to smoke these guys." But I don't know if they were looking for ratings or what, but that game was over. And how do we think they can come? You think they're going to come back? I'm like, no, they're not going to come back.
Even
this game is over.
Even the fans were after third quarter. I was watching on my phone, and they actually had cameras in the stadium, and you just saw.
I was wondering, but I didn't see any shots like that.
Well,
it was horrible.
I was wondering about that
in the paper this morning. After the third quarter, and those people know their football, kind of like we do, and they left.
Wow.
And then the announcers are like, oh, I don't know, 4 touchdowns and 4. It's like, shut up. I mean, we are going to win this game. They kind of
took the foot off the pedal a little early, though.
Yeah, I think he said that.
Got this one. I think Mike might go to Pittsburgh. Rumors that Tomlin could retire at the end of the season. I think McCarthy he's from Pittsburgh.
He is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's big time there.
I guess. But again, that resume right now, it's like, man, you were handed these great teams, or not handed, you helped build these great. Had great input on helping build these great teams. You have great regular seasons, but you just can't get it done in the postseason.
That's why a guy like Belichick, who knows how to win Super Bowls, is what Jerry's going to look at, because McCarthy can get you to the dance.
Right.
I mean, he does. And but look at the games that we should have won. And I don't know if it's all coaching. I mean, but these guys were not prepared for this game at all.
Cowboys?
Yeah, at all. But those players love him. Did you read some of the comments?
They do.
Yeah.
But, again, they kept talking about Lamb. You know, he had a phenomenal season. It was 135 catches or something, just amazing. But early on, where McCarthy even had to go talk to him,
Right.
and there was something going on. What is it about Dallas wide receivers that they're always space cadets? Aren't they, though? They always have this prima donna type thing about them. And I think part of that is what you were talking about earlier, that in Dallas, it's not just football.
Right.
You're this performer.
Movie
You're
star.
this, and it's almost like you become this, this ballerina kind of guy who I'm Baryshnikov. Look at me in my little tights.
I agree.
I'm going to pirouette.
I
you know what I mean?
I do. But they look past the Packers. I mean, right? They just,
no question.
They just,
not even a question. Not even a question.
Weren't.
They probably looked at tape from the Packers games when they just looked terrible. And let's be honest, let's call a spade here. Packers looked horrific at points this season.
Yeah, and that's
absolutely horrific. I thought it was done. I thought, high draft pick, whatever, young team, what can you expect? And especially the injuries they were getting. It's like when Christian Watson, pulled his hamstring for the 7th time. It's like, okay, I have no idea who these receivers are that are coming out there. And then all of a sudden they come. And think about this. The youngest team in the National Football League just kicked the ash of the Dallas Cowboys at their place, 7.5-point favorites. This, you know what this game reminded me of? I kept thinking about this. It's like, is this deja vu? Where have I had this feeling before? And I'll tell you what, it finally hit me. 1995, Packers were just starting to get good, and they went out to San Francisco, and they were 10-point underdogs. And early in the game, Craig Newsome clobbered, I think it was a tight end for the Cowboys, and fumbled. And then Wayne Simmons, who is a maniac, but a heck of a football player, just lit somebody up. And you know what? The entire tone of that football game went to Green Bay's side. And the Packers went in and said, bleep you, we're in your house. Like I said, we're in your kitchen. What are you going to do about it? And that's exactly what they did in Dallas yesterday, and I love it.
So did I.
It is Victory Monday here in Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's 72 degrees and sunny outside all day long.
All week long.
We'll be back after this.